What's going on, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Pass the Joystick. And this week we are jam-packing you, so I will tell you one thing. Buckle up, because we have so much information this week. Last week, unfortunately, due to certain conditions, we couldn't have an episode. So this week we're just bringing all the news from last week and this week, bringing it all at once. So buckle up, because it's going to be a long ride. But pretty good ride, I should say. But let's start with what have we been playing, because we want to open it up with, something like that. What have we been playing? Nick, what have you been playing?
Odyssey. I'm still playing Odyssey.
Of course.
I'm still playing Odyssey.
Still.
Yes.
You can tell that this guy takes a while with games.
I also like to play like a lot of different things at once, I guess, because if not, I kind of feel like I just kind of fall apart when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, Crisis just came out on the Switch as of today, so I just started that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking very forward, and then I also got some stuff that I'll bring to the channel, and we'll give that a test out here eventually. Besides that, Smite, also you can throw that into the mix.
Of course.
So I've been playing about, I say, like 3 games as of recently. How about you?
Yeah, so I have also been playing Smite, because Nick got me into it, so I've been playing a lot of Smite. It's been incredible, really, really fun. Love a lot of the gods. I'm more of a Guardian player, so I'm really, really enjoying that. Even though I really want to be a mage player, but there's so many people that want to play mage.
Yeah.
But I want to play Merlin because of Aang. That's the main reason. I just want to play Merlin. And yeah, that's been really fun. The Overwatch Sigma Maestro Challenge, that's been really, really fun, because I actually main Sigma, or let me rephrase that. He's one of the mains that I use. One of the characters that I use, because I use plenty of them. So that's really fun. And Catherine just finished. So that was really fun. You're gonna get my review on Catherine very soon. So Catherine was amazing. It's always a breath of fresh air playing Catherine. And Animal Crossing, like always, that's always gonna be there. And I downloaded a few games on Game Pass, which I'm still giving it a test. I will talk more a little bit about it probably in the next episode. So been playing a lot. So
yeah, definitely. I was gonna say that.
Multifunction,
Yeah, gotta keep the brain stimulated.
Yeah, exactly. I want to also talk about. I'm not a mobile gamer. Nick is a mobile gamer.
I'm heavy into it.
He's a big mobile gamer, and we're gonna talk a little bit later on about mobile gaming. But I don't play too much mobile games. But Nick, what have you been playing in mobile?
So on a daily basis, I play these 2 Dragon Ball games. That's just something I've always played.
Yeah.
It's pretty much anime games, and then there's another anime called 7 Deadly Sins that I play as well. So those are the 3. And then I just got back into this game called Smite Blitz, which is Smite on mobile, but with a completely different roster of characters, and it's kind of like a top-down game.
Cool.
So that was a game that they made.
That's pretty cool.
It's interesting. It really is.
Yeah.
They have some of the same designs in the game, but they completely change them and make them look completely different. Like, for example, Loki looks like a guy that's straight out of Twilight type of thing in Blitz than he does in the actual mobile game itself. I think that's it really. What about you?
I mean, mobile for me, it's not, I just cannot get into it. I was really into the Bleach Brave Souls game for a while. Unfortunately, I did leave it because there's just so many different games that I'm playing. I just mentioned mobile because I know there's a lot of mobile players out there, and I want to know what games you've been playing on mobile, if there's any. So if there's any games that you recommend to download on mobile, let us know. Because,
I'll give it a try.
I always try out any games that you guys recommend. Any games that you want me to play, I will play them. Trust me. But Nick is religious on mobile, so he loves playing mobile games.
It's a problem because it even interferes with my console play.
Yeah,
like some days I want to play Odyssey and I can't because I'm like, I didn't do my dailies. So I feel it.
And that's what's crazy. Like, if there's any mobile games out there that you guys think that we should look at or review or play or anything like that, let us know, because we definitely love playing new games, or trying new games, I should say. But that's one of the better things to reach out in gaming, because we can get gaming in any platform, and that's one of the beauty of it. We between both of us, we have everything. We can play on anything, so we can play on any of the newer consoles or anything like that. But let's get into the news, because we have missed so much.
It's a lot.
Just be ready.
It's almost overwhelming.
Yeah, there's a lot of news that happened within the past 2 weeks, and I'm sure you guys, if you followed anything in gaming, I'm sure you guys have seen everything that has happened. Let's start with one of the biggest news that happened in the past few weeks, was Far Cry 6. Far Cry
Yes.
getting another game into the series.
No Splinter Cell still.
No Splinter. Yeah, I mean, I know.
What is up
you
with
want
this,
it,
bro?
You know,
It's been like
talk
a
to
decade.
the developers. Talk
Yeah.
to the because they've been messing around too much.
He's in a mobile game though.
Yeah, I mean, but
Unbelievable.
we're getting Far Cry 6 finally. If you guys are a fan of the Far Cry series, tell us what you guys think, because Far Cry is coming. I do have a little secret though. I've never played Far Cry, but
That's crazy.
I did download Far Cry 3 because they told me that it is the best one in the series.
Yes.
So I did download Far Cry 3 because it is. I don't know if it's still going, but it was having a ridiculous sale. Far Cry 3 was $3, so why not pick that up?
It might still be going to the 24th, I think, because
Yeah.
I just bought it. So I mean, this video will be up by that time, obviously.
Yeah.
But I bought that and Blood Dragon, which Blood Dragon is pretty much exactly Far Cry 3, but in an 80s setting, so it's super cheesy, and that was $2.
No, man,
So I bought both of them.
Yeah. So Far Cry, definitely. If you haven't given it a shot, definitely check that out, because $3 for Far Cry 3, $4 for Far Cry 4, and $5 for Far Cry 6.
That's
or
fantastic.
5. I'm sorry, 5. But incredible, yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna get into that because Far Cry 6 has one of one of my favorite actors in there. They Esposito is finally into one of the games. They got him in Far Cry 6. That trailer, or let's say teaser, because they really didn't show much, did they?
No, it was literally a what's the word for it? It was him kind of like doing a monologue, talking to a character who we presume is the main antagonist from Far Cry 3.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what Far Cry has, in store for the future, because Giancarlo Esposito is really great actor. I mean, if you guys have seen any of his shows, movies, or anything like that, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. He was the owner of Los Pollos Hermanos. So Gus Fring. So incredible work that he does. His facial expressions just tell so much. I feel like having him in a video game will do really good. I mean, we've had a lot of actors in different video games. I feel like one of the ones that stick out for me, it's in Detroit Become Human. I forgot his name,
Marcus?
but So the main,
Marcus, right?
So he's in a bunch of different shows. One of the ones that everybody knows him for is Grey's Anatomy.
Oh,
so,
there you go.
That's one of the great things. So having different actors and whatnot. One game that does great with actors is the new one that's coming out with an anthology.
Man of Meridian?
Man of Medan.
Medan, okay.
Man of Medan, that I played the first one already. So Man of Medan is doing the anthology, and they're using actors in their game, so they're doing great. The second part is coming soon, so just stay tuned, because I will talk about you guys know I love horror games, so that's gonna be in there too.
Yeah.
So but yeah, Far Cry 6. What do you think? I know you want Splinter Cell.
Yes. Well, yes. But I'm very vocal about this particular game in general, because I feel like when they made Far Cry 3, they probably should have just left it at that.
Ended it, yeah.
And ended it for years, because Far Cry 4 and 5 are pretty much the same exact game as 3. They just pretty much
in a different setting.
They added some features. I don't really like S5 as much as I did 3. I did actually buy 5, because 5 pretty much takes the formula of 3, but they get rid of some of the filler, but they give you an empty map. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like a map that I just run around and there's nothing to do.
Right. Yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah.
So I feel like they could have just not even made 5, and no one talks about 4. Even Primal's worse. So
yeah, nobody mentioned.
Yeah,
that.
I kind of forgot Primal exists. Far Cry 6, I'm hoping it's something, but I feel like they could have probably did the route that they did with maybe Ghost Recon, and just did like one game, made it big, and then just emphasized it.
Yeah, and just focus on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. To make a good game, you don't have to make a lot of them. If one is a hit, don't just think that every other one after that is going to be a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cyberpunk.
It's one of, exactly. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
But it's one of those things that you just got to focus on what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus on thinking, oh, we made one good game, let's just make other games because everybody's going to love it. And in reality, look what happened with 4 and 5. Hated it. Nobody liked that.
Popped them out in like 2 years.
Yeah, and nobody liked any of those. So there's high hopes for 6. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
I mean, So like the Far Cry games also have like a little bit of like a touch to me too, because one of my favorite games period is Crysis,
Right.
and it's from the same developer that made Far
same
Cry.
company, yeah.
So it was kind of like going from Crysis to Far Cry 3. It was like, oh my god, I actually get to play this on a console for once, because Crysis didn't exist at the time on a console. And I played it and I was like, this is amazing, but of course it was like really chuggy. And now I get to play it on PC at a beautiful 60 FPS 1080. So I'm super excited about that. I'm hoping they do something with this game that they don't do with the previous ones.
I'm hoping the same thing, to be honest with you.
But it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. But it does come out in February of next year, I think it is.
Yeah.
So they do have plenty of time.
They have plenty of time to fix
something.
any bugs or anything that they think is going to be bad. Just listen to the audience. That's my thing for any developer out there.
Yep.
Just listen to your audience, because you got to know your audience to deliver to your audience. That's the main thing. That's one of the main things for Far Cry that I've heard. Like I said, I haven't played it, but I will be playing 3. And we'll see what happens. I will be getting 6, because I am, like I said, I'm a very big fan of the actor that they chose for it. So I will be playing 6, and we'll get to it when it happens.
It does look, from the screenshots,
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous. Unreal.
Yeah. And it's coming to the new console. So I mean,
optimized for Series X.
It has to deliver.
So not only is it optimized for Series X, it is not 4K on PS4.
Yeah.
Or PS5, sorry, on the new
Crazy.
PS5.
It's
which
so
is
sad.
Which is wild to me.
It's so sad. How are you not gonna make it 4K on the PS5 but optimized for the Series X?
Yeah, and it does. I don't know if they said 60 FPS, but I know there's 4K guarantee.
I didn't see 60 FPS, but I guess we'll see when more details come out.
We got.
But anyways, going into the Nintendo Switch, we have Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. So Samurai Jack is, we all know, one of the best animes out there for Toonami.
For sure.
When it came out and everything.
For sure.
Samurai Jack. I mean, if you know any of the anime of Samurai Jack, you know that the saga was just incredible. One of the most beautifully made, great stories. Even though Jack really didn't talk much throughout the whole series, but it was just incredible overall.
He's like a good silent protagonist.
Yeah, he is. It just facial expressions and the way that the world around him, got him into different trouble or anything like that. It was just amazing. But we're getting a game of Samurai Jack, and let me tell you, from the trailer that is out there, we'll post a link down below. But from the trailer that is out there, I believe that this is going to be the best Samurai Jack that has ever come out, because, boy, let me tell you, it looks incredible. It looks so fun. So think about a hack and slash Samurai Jack game.
I like it already. You said hack and slash.
Oh my god.
Man with a samurai sword.
Yeah, man. A man with a samurai sword, and you go hack and slash all over the place. So great, in my opinion. And you get to play Samurai Jack's story. Obviously, trying to get his arch nemesis Aku, if I'm not mistaken, was his name.
Yeah, it is.
I think it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going against his nemesis and trying to get him. And then, like I said, just hack and slash. You just go through stages and just beat up enemies and whatnot. And then it has that cartoon vibe to it, which is amazing. Love it. I'm very, very excited for that. But getting into like the big news, there is this one game that Ubisoft, if I'm not mistaken, has been talking about forever, and they still haven't announced release date, or they haven't given us any news. Let's say that. It's called Skull and Bones. If I'm not mistaken, it was announced 3 years ago, and 3 years ago was probably the last thing that we actually heard something about it. And so Skull and Bones is pretty much, think of a Sea of Thieves, more realistic, and it's on a bigger scale of a pirate game. So it's a really, really great graphics of what they showed. Really great graphics, really great mechanics and everything. So, but let's get into the news of Skull and Bones. They just announced that it's actually getting rebooted.
Wah, wah, wah.
So what do we think about that? So we don't hear about Skull and Bones for 3 years, and now here's the news. We're not even gonna release it yet because we're gonna reboot the whole thing.
This is like Kingdom Hearts 3 all over again.
Exactly.
Now in development.
And Kingdom Hearts 3, when it came out, it wasn't even that great. I'm sorry for those of you out there.
Listen, I was blinded. But
we all know that it wasn't that great for all the time that we waited. Holy crap.
About a decade and some change.
Now Skull and Bones is just following that because we all want a great pirate game that is going to be multi-platform and everything. that you get to do anything that a pirate can do. And Sea of Thieves, you know, even though it didn't do it very well when it first came out, I feel if we jump in now, you're gonna be very happy with the result, because Sea of Thieves is doing it very well with the support that it's doing and all the events that it gives you to do. Excuse me, but it's doing so much for the audience and whatnot. And now Skull and Bones just wants to be more. You know, it just wants to do more, but now it's just getting a reboot.
Yeah.
You know.
The only thing that's positive for me about this is, first of all, I didn't see anything that made me interested in the first place, so it is what it is. I'm hoping that this reboot brings a heavy emphasis that, it won't come out for like another year or two, obviously, maybe 2 or 3 years
more,
at that.
Maybe more.
But that it's going to come later into the life cycle of the new console, so it might take a hold of some of that like power, that processing, ray tracing, whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
I say ray tracing because if it's going to be a game based in the seas, why not have the water looks,
Yeah, it looks like water.
Beautiful.
I just need it to look like water.
Made me look like I want to drink out of it.
Exactly.
No.
You know, because Sea of Thieves, obviously, it has the cartoon vibe to it. So the water looks like cartoon water, obviously, which is fine. But you're trying to give me a realistic pirate game. So the ray tracing, you have to give me water that looks like I'm sailing the seas.
Like I'm at the beach.
Like I'm in the water, sailing the seas, and the water is just hitting me in my face and everything. I need to... It's little things, you know? It's little things. We need to see these things.
Little details.
If you're gonna reboot Skull and Bones all over again, please work on it. I really don't mind, because I am very interested in Skull and Bones. I do like the idea of having a pirate game, but please give us a complete game, and you know, give us some news, keep us updated, because if you're gonna do a reboot, keep us updated and everything that's going on. But we'll see what happens.
Patience.
You know?
I'm not too mad about it.
Yeah, it's all about patience. We have plenty of games to play in the meantime. But one really cool announcement that came from Nintendo, partnership with Lego. If you guys didn't see it, we'll show it to you. But it is the Lego Nintendo Entertainment System. Holy crap! It looks so fun. What doesn't look fun is the price tag.
Does this actually play games though?
It does not. So how it works. So what's funny is it is $229 for the set. Now the set, what it includes is the actual Nintendo Entertainment System console, which you build. Obviously, it's Lego, but you also get a retro style TV with it.
What?
That you also build, and it has a conveyor belt inside, and you build the actual stages per se of what you're playing. So it looks like the console is connected to the retro style TV, and then when you turn it on, it looks like you're playing, and the Mario is moving around with the stages on the conveyor belt, like I said, and it's moving and everything around while you're playing it. Technically,
that's just cute for a game room.
Exactly.
That's
no,
all
I feel like it's an incredible collector's item.
Yeah.
The retro style TV, the console, everything. I feel like it's just incredible.
You put that on the table and your game room's done.
Yeah, no,
or added.
I 100% agree. Now, I say that the price tag is a little hefty. I will say, I might look into it.
Yeah.
I personally might look into it just because I feel like it's, like Nick said, I feel like it's just a great collector's item.
It's literally something just to have. I mean, I could see the value in it, to be honest.
No, I agree.
Because there's, I mean, I'm not gonna knock it, because there is dozens of Lego sets that are like double that price.
No, much more. And
So,
it probably brings less and everything. You're getting a retro style TV that you build, the console and everything.
And it moves.
You
can do stuff in Mario moves.
and it moves. It's incredible. I feel like that's gonna be really cool. Just keeping tabs. Let me know what you guys think about it. We'll post the link down below so you guys can see the little trailer for it.
Hopefully it doesn't sell out in 24 hours. Or an hour.
It probably will, unfortunately. Yeah. But the good thing about Lego is that they always restock. So I'm very happy with Lego. They always do a really good job when it comes to their sets and whatnot. Especially high demand stuff, and whenever they do anything Nintendo, there's I don't want to say it, but there's the Nintendo people that's out there that want to buy anything, and not only buy it but buy many of them to resell and everything, which is sad. There's actually gamers out there or collectors out there that want to get their hands on these little things, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
We want to do the best that we can. I feel like
we'll do what we can for now. But let's get into the big announcements. Even though those were all big announcements too, but let's get into the bigger announcements, which it was the Xbox Showcase. Oh my God, Xbox Showcase happened this past week. And in the Xbox Showcase, there were so many different announcements that happened on gaming, on their subscription-based stuff. Oh, man. How do you feel about the Xbox Showcase?
I had to sink it in for a little bit, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I had to think about it. So, after I finished watching it, I kind of just laid there and I was reading articles and stuff.
Ingest everything.
Yeah, I was ingesting. But I was on my phone. I was going through Twitter, reading different stories,
Yeah.
opinions and things people were thinking of, and watching the trailers again. Because if you watch the stream is at first it was 1080 60, now it's 4K 60, and all the trailers are up on YouTube in that quality. With that'll all be in the description, of course. Check it out on TVs or phones, whatever you may have for that. But I'm happy to a degree because, personally speaking, now that I own all the consoles, before when I didn't own all the consoles, I was like, yeah, just give it to me on my Xbox because I'm okay with that.
Right.
But now that I have everything, I don't really care anymore. As long as it comes out on a console, that's all that matters. Or even on PC at this point, you know, just make sure that I can handle it.
That I can play it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need a $3,000 PC to run Crysis or something at this point.
Right.
But I'm happy because there was a lot of good announcements. There was a lot of solid games, and a lot of them are stuff that we will see in the next year. Yeah. And I mean, we can play them.
Yeah, we can play them. It's just great. It's just great.
These aren't rumors.
Xbox is doing it. Let me tell you, I'm very happy with what Sony's doing in their PlayStation 5 and everything. All their games and everything. I feel like they are gonna come out incredible. Xbox, in my opinion, is just doing it good. Just a little bit over that, just because of everything that, not only everything that they announced, and I'm not talking only about games, I'm just talking about how they're doing their whole game system, let's say.
It's very consumer friendly.
Yeah, it is very consumer friendly, and Xbox it's out there just showing it, just telling you that it's not only a gaming console, it's an entertainment console, and they're focusing it. And I agree, the Xbox One didn't focus a lot on the games when it first came out and focused on entertainment. This year, with the Xbox Series X, it's focusing not only on the entertainment side, but it's very game heavy. It is just games after games and everything that you're gonna be getting. But they're doing it very well. Now, they started the showcase with probably the biggest game that, if you think about Xbox, you think about this game. They opened the Xbox showcase with Halo Infinite, the new Halo in the series. Now, what do you think about Halo? Do you think it's gonna be a reboot, or do you think it's a sequel to 5?
So, I've read 2 articles about that today. Actual devs, and I watched an interview, and devs confirmed that this is going to be. They didn't really say whether or not it's a sequel or not, but it's going to be a game that's pretty much based after 5 to a degree, because obviously the events after 5 leave Chief where he's at.
Yep.
But this is going to be the last Halo game for a decade. They're going to build on this game for 10 years, pretty much.
Incredible.
It's going to be only that.
Incredible.
And they're making it into a way where, if they want to do technological leaps, or if they want to do additions to the multiplayer or to the engine itself, they can adapt it.
Right.
They can actually build on the game that already exists to make it look better, feel better, play better, things like that. For an example, ray tracing, which is that fancy buzzword that they're throwing out for a lot of games now. They're adding it after release. So it's just an example.
Yeah. But it's good that they're doing that, because think about it. In a sense, they can actually see how the game will handle it adding it after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Because we know the console can handle it, obviously, but now how are updates, software updates and everything gonna happen when a game, you're adding something big as ray tracing, how is the game gonna handle it, But
it makes you wonder.
Yeah, another game that said that they're gonna build up on 10 years was Destiny.
Yeah.
And the thing about Destiny is, how are they doing it within 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And it's been almost 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I don't remember very well, but I'll look into it. But what I'm trying to say is, Destiny, when they released, they said it was going to be a 10-year game, but they released Destiny 2, which technically, you have your stuff and everything that you can, pass over and whatnot. But thinking about Halo Infinite, that they're going to build up on 10 years without releasing another game,
it's crazy.
That's impressive.
That's crazy.
That is very impressive, because now you can actually build up off of this big game and make it bigger than what it normally actually is. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
If they want to do story stuff, they can do story stuff. If they want to do multiplayer stuff, they can.
They can do expansions. They can do stuff for the multiplayer. They can, increase it. Let's say, for example, big team battle that we had in Halo 3 and whatnot. Things like this, little things like that, they can just add as time goes on. And it will keep the community invested.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Because if you're actually telling me that you're going to be supporting the game for the next 10 years, it's going to keep the community invested, So I feel like, 343 Industries, in my opinion, I feel like they're doing a good move on their part. Because if you finish the story, let's say, for example, we know how 5 ended with Cortana being bad, Locke and Chief teaming up and whatnot. So now, going into 6 or Infinite, let's say, if we get another cliffhanger, are we going to get another game in 10 years? Or is it just going to be a reboot in 10 years?
That's hard. That's where it comes into a whole situation.
Exactly.
Honestly.
But we don't know. They could also leave us on a cliffhanger and then just release let's say like an expansion to it.
ODST.
Yeah, exactly. They can release an expansion like ODST 2, which, let me tell you,
play it.
ODST was one of my all-time favorite Halo games.
Yeah.
Because of how dark the story was.
It just feels like such a different experience.
It does.
And I'm a big person for atmospheric in games. I like when it sounds weird. I guess it sounds weird to describe it. When you're playing a game, you can feel how the world feels playing it. And ODST gave me that feeling that when you landed, you were the only one there. Yep. There was nobody around you. If you saw someone, they were gonna kill you.
Yep, no friends or anything. You're there by yourself. And the transition back and forth between all the characters of ODST. Oh my
Glorious.
God! It just gives me goosebumps thinking about it. ODST was an incredible game overall because of how the feel of the game was. But I agree. I guess we'll see. We'll see what Halo has in store.
Yeah.
We got the gameplay today. We'll post the link in the description so you guys can see the demo and everything for it. I feel like it was beautiful. Beautifully made.
They I don't know. Did you see the second trailer that they released?
No.
They released the second trailer and it's very short. It's the same footage over, but they showed the BR. In that trailer,
really?
And it's the Halo 2 battle rifle.
Really?
So they're bringing back the Halo 2 battle rifle. Of course, they have the grappling hook now.
Yes.
So that clip is.
I did see the grappling hook.
What'd you think of it?
I feel like it's gonna be good. I mean, it's a different mechanic. The game itself looks like it's gonna feel like Halo. We're back to Halo because 5 was a different feel overall. But I feel like with this game, it's gonna go back to the feel of Halo, just with a grappling hook.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just gonna add to the game style of it. That's all it is.
Yeah. And then
I didn't think too much of it, but we'll see. Anyway,
I'm excited.
Yeah, but they followed Halo with a big zombie game that everybody plays. I haven't touched it in so long since the first one. I never played the second one, unfortunately, but this one looks really interesting. It was State of Decay 3, and they didn't show much on State of Decay. It was just a cinematic trailer, but the fact that they're actually doing a third part, I feel like it's gonna be because to be honest with you, State of Decay is a very well supported game. It has a very big fan base, and I feel like State of Decay 3 is gonna just build off of that. And the developers are really good about it.
Yeah.
The developers are really good about keeping up with the State of Decay fan base and giving them what they like. I will be trying it out because I am a sucker for zombie games, obviously, Resident Evil, but State of Decay is one of those games that is a hit or miss for me. But I will be trying number 3 because I just want to see. I just want to see what's all about, to be honest with you. Have you ever played State of Decay?
I tried the first game and lost my interest in about an hour.
All right.
So I just never got. And it's funny because as soon as I saw the girl pop up and she yelled at the thing, I was like, I hope this isn't what I think it is. and then it came up and I was like, man, yeah, I could have did any other game. And I'm not. I guess it probably sounds like I'm hating, but like, there's a lot of unnecessary sequels. In my opinion.
I agree. No, I agree.
There's a lot of games that you don't have to make a third of it. You have literally other games that there's only 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You could just implement on that and make that for the console.
Yeah, and you have to make it well. It's not like, for example, like you say, there's certain games that only have 1 or 2. My favorite game of all time is Resident Evil. They have, if I count
7 or 8.
If I count all of them. If I count every game that is based off of Resident Evil, they have about 28 games. So, which is crazy.
Damn. Okay.
So any game that is on the Resident Evil world, there's about 28 games.
Wow.
But the main story, we're going up to 8 now, and it keeps me interested because Resident Evil, we know, is so legendary that we just keep going back to it because we like it. State of Decay, I feel like it's not that.
It's just a zombie game with just an experience. And the first game I remember was extremely buggy.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
And then the second game
one was definitely very buggy. It's one of those, like, let's take for example a big zombie game, Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead.
It's funny you say that. I wanted that today because I saw
Me too.
I saw a trailer that really reminded me of that, and I was like, it'd be sick if this was Left 4 Dead.
Exactly.
And it wasn't.
Yep. So Left 4 Dead, I to be honest with you, I felt that Left 4 Dead was gonna happen on the Xbox showcase. It didn't. But Left 4 Dead, it's a zombie game that does it well.
Yeah.
It's just a zombie game that you're going in there and you're just killing zombies. It feels good, and you can play with your friends.
It's fun.
It's really fun. First person, but I feel like they do it very well. I feel Left 4 Dead is that game that they should have brought into the showcase rather than State of Decay. I mean, tell us what you guys think. Do you guys like State of Decay? What's your favorite thing about State of Decay? Do you guys think Nick is hating on State of Decay?
I am.
But I mean, I guess we'll see. You know, we'll see about what's gonna happen. But for all you racing fanatics out there, on the Xbox Series X, we are getting Forza Motorsports. Now, when I was researching, I didn't see a number on Forza. So it's just the regular circuit tracks Forza Motorsport. So I have no idea what number it's gonna be, but it's not Horizon. So
I'm pretty sure it's just like a soft reboot of the franchise, kind of like what they did with God of War.
Just like Gran Turismo did on PlayStation also.
Yeah.
Because Gran Turismo had like 6 or 7 games. I don't even know. But they had a lot of them, and then they came out with Gran Turismo again.
And that was the game.
Right?
Yep.
So I feel like Forza is doing the same. Because they've had, what, 5 or 6?
I think it was 6.
Yeah, so 5 or 6 Forza, which now they're coming with Forza Motorsport for the Series X, which is, in a sense, technically it's a good thing because now it's a new console. So now you're giving us the biggest racing game probably ever made. And I'm sorry, Gran Turismo, but probably the biggest.
Forza's just bigger.
Yeah, Forza is just bigger, and it plays better.
Yeah.
So now you're giving us this on the newer console, and you are gonna get an incredible game out of it. Forza, I mean, they showed a little bit of the in-game trailer.
Yeah, it was like an in-engine display with like the same thing that they always do, where they show like the outcourse of driving. It looks like Forza.
Yeah, it looks like Forza, but it looks like, on a new console.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be like if you're watching TV and watching a regular racing show, but it's a video game. I feel like it's gonna be the biggest Forza ever made so far.
Of course.
We know when Horizon comes out, that's the one that I usually get is Horizon because I like the street racing. But I feel like when Forza Motorsport comes out, that's gonna be the game to beat in racing.
Yeah, I mean not even just for like racing, but like the innovation.
Visuals.
Yeah, the visuals too.
Anything. Forza always does it well. Like Forza, I'm not a big fan of racing games. I just play Mario Kart and like I said, Forza Horizon, but Forza Motorsport, I feel like it's that game when it comes out, that is the racing game to have, and no matter whether you're a PlayStation player or an Xbox player or a PC player, Forza is the racing game out there to beat. It has won Racing of the Year for the past years that it has come out. Every single year that it comes out, it wins Racer of the Year.
It's always there. And there's a lot of games that come out and try to like compete against it, but a lot of them don't even have the same model or just like the same level of support.
They don't compete.
And Playground is a phenomenal studio. Mm-hmm. They're working on another game now.
Yeah.
But like they're just fantastic, and they've been making Forza for many years now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Forza is definitely the racing game to be. And you guys that play racing games out there know, you know more than me because like I said, I don't play racing games. But if you are, I know enough to know that Forza is the game to beat when it comes to racing games, like no matter what. But we are getting Forza Motorsports. One game that I will mention that is the game that stole the show for me was, because I am a horror fanatic, was The Medium. Bro, oh my god. Mm-hmm. When they showcased The Medium and I saw that, I'm like, what is this game? I had so many things in my head. I'm like, what game is this? And the one thing that I thought of was, what if this is The Medium? If this is the game that I've been waiting on? And holy crap, when they showcased that, you can do simultaneous
dual reality
gameplay. Dual reality, so different things that is going on at the same time, and you get to play both of them at the same time.
I wonder how they're gonna work on that.
Oh my god, man!
Because you'd have to technically look at. I wouldn't say you have to, but you'd want to look at both screens because it may be different things.
Right. Something might be chasing you in one, but not in the other one,
Yep.
and then you have to survive in one, but the other one you have to. I don't know. Anyways, we'll post the link in the description because the Medium, it's that horror game to look out for. And in my opinion, I feel like the Medium, it probably will be the biggest horror game that comes out when the Series X comes out. I feel like that is gonna be the biggest horror game out till, of course, Resident Evil 8 comes out. But there's plenty of them. But the Medium, I feel, just bringing a new aspect of gaming into horror reality or dual reality or whatever it is. But yeah, look into that. If you are big into horror games, the Medium, I feel like, is gonna be the game to have on that.
I'm interested.
Yeah, and he doesn't even play horror games.
Yeah.
So to get Nick interested in that,
I'll give it a try. If I get too spooked, I got my girlfriend
then
to play.
he'll ask me.
Yeah, right,
He'll
Pablo.
Like, he'll be like, how's the game?
I'll watch you play it maybe from behind the chair.
Yeah. Another game Nick wanted to mention was Avowed.
Yes. That's a game I want to see more of, obviously, but I feel like it's one of the games that we're not going to see more for some time now.
Yeah.
Obsidian's a company that they make pretty much these just massive, expansive RPG games. It's one of the new studios that Xbox recently just purchased for their Xbox Game Studios. This is pretty much their creme de la creme, I guess, game that they're gonna make. They announced it saying, "Hey, you guys have been wanting us to make this next big RPG, and we're making it, and it's gonna be." I don't know if they say exclusive or console launch exclusive to the console, and it's gonna be optimized. We probably won't see it for years because we just saw, like a little bit of a
we didn't see much of it.
So, but I imagine basically what it's gonna be is a next gen version of Skyrim, just with Obsidian's touch on it. So a lot more into talking to like people in the world, and a lot more interactions because that's usually what they're known for. That's usually
what Obsidian does, yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, but as it stands right now, we're just gonna wait.
Yeah. About it looked really interesting. Like Nick said, we didn't get much of it. We'll post the video down below so you guys can see what we're talking about. But if you guys know Obsidian, you guys know that they make great games overall. They make fantastic open world games, something that you are gonna be able to interact with, most of the world out there.
Yep.
So I feel like it's gonna be great. But another game that Xbox Showcase showed that it has never been on console.
Yes.
And we are getting part 2 only on console.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe it will come out on PC, but it is Stalker 2. And when the trailer came out, it looked really interesting. It's kind of like my taste also for Stalker. Looked very horror-ish.
It's very Metro.
Yeah, so it is very
Metro.
It actually looked like very Metro actually.
But I guess
right.
With Metro coming out for the last few years, it's kind of like that's the only thing you could compare it to. So.
But Stalker 2 looks really interesting. We'll post the link, the video, so you guys can see what we're talking about. And now, going into one of the big news that happened in the Xbox Showcase.
Yes,
which I feel like it was one of the biggest announcements out there.
This was nice.
Was Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Not only Beyond Light, but all the fact of Destiny overall, of what's gonna happen with Destiny on the Xbox, was just incredible.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
I'm excited.
Destiny Beyond Light, the expansion, which is coming out soon. And you're gonna get new abilities, new weapons, new story, obviously. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. But big news was
that it's gonna be on Game Pass. Destiny 2, all the Destiny expansions, and the new expansion that launches on November 10th is all on Game Pass day 1.
Holy crap!
Crazy, absolutely, like.
Oh my goodness!
So what you're telling me is I get. So Game Pass as a whole is insane.
Yeah, no,
period.
Of course.
Everything that's a part of Game Pass, and I'm an advocate for many reasons. But they're adding the Destiny 2 experience, which was technically free, I guess. But they're adding all of that stuff, all the DLCs, and then a new one, which totals $100 per worth of content and hundreds of hours worth of gameplay, for what equates to about $15 a month.
For $15. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Wild. Then just think about that for a second. We're talking about Destiny 2 Beyond Light. For free if you have Game Pass on the Xbox.
Which you should if you don't have Game Pass.
If you don't have Game Pass, we'll talk a little bit more about Game Pass because that was a big news also. But Xbox Game Pass, it will include Destiny, all the expansion that has come out for Destiny 2, and you're gonna get the new one in November. Holy crap, that is just crazy.
I will say though, it comes out the same week as Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I mean that is true. That is true. What are you
Some sacrifices are gonna have to be made.
What are you gonna be playing? Cyberpunk or Destiny?
Cyberpunk, bro.
Cyberpunk.
It is what it is.
But anyways, one thing that Destiny also said was that it's upgrade for the Xbox Series X.
Yes, it's a big upgrade.
Holy crap! It's awesome. So you're gonna get the upgrade of Destiny for the Series X because it's included on Game Pass. So you're gonna be able to play everything on the Series X. Mm-hmm. All your content obviously will carry over, but just amazing. You're gonna have so many hours to play on Destiny off the bat on the Series X.
Yeah, it's crazy to me, to be honest, just because of the fact that I've always been really into Destiny, but I kind of fell off with Destiny 2 just because I felt like there was a lot of different changes that I didn't vibe with, and I'm excited to get back into it because I didn't want to. I mean, I just didn't want to pay the hundreds of dollars to get the experience that everyone else has already been getting. It just doesn't seem like something that, after the game being out for like maybe 2 years, to get into that. And also, I don't like that the game's 30 FPS.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be now because it's going to be 60 FPS.
Exactly.
Which is the biggest thing that they're implementing.
Amazing. Holy crap.
And I'll probably wait. So I will start the game in September when it initially comes to Game Pass, because in September they're going to drop everything for the game on Game Pass. So you'll be able to do all that stuff, play on the game, and then get caught up before November comes out. And then maybe the consoles will be out by then, or it might come out a little bit after that.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then I'll start playing, with like 60 frames, stuff like that.
Non-stop.
So
60
that's going to be good.
frames on the Xbox Series X, I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing on Destiny.
Yeah, it's going to be a game changer.
It plays good. Imagine how good it'll play now at 60 frames.
Because you can do 60 frames on PC?
Yeah.
So, like, I can't imagine on console.
Yep. On console, and how smooth you're going to be playing. Of course, you need the hardware. We talk about this all the time, but you need the hardware to support that, too. Your TV has to be able to support it, so you get the full experience of it. But, yeah, Destiny will be the biggest. I feel like this is what Destiny needed.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. I feel like this is what is going to bring them over again with a big community. Because they're already big. I mean, Bungie does very well. I mean, they did incredible games with Halo and whatnot. But I feel like Destiny 2 now on Game Pass, incredible. I feel like it's the best thing that they could have done.
It's definitely a very, very big investment.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of belief in Xbox to be able to do something this big that's going to benefit
I agree. Yeah.
millions of people.
It's a lot of stuff that's going to happen and everything with Destiny. Just stay tuned. We're going to talk a lot more about Destiny because of everything that they're going to be coming out with, all the announcements that they have and everything with Bungie. So we'll see. One game that we talked about in one of our previous episodes was Crossfire.
Yes.
Crossfire, one of Nick's,
one of my anticipated.
Oh, we'll see. So Crossfire is finally getting, or they announced, let's say, that they are getting a campaign for it.
Yes, and it's so if you happen to have Game Pass, if you've played Alan Wake, if you've played Control, if you've played Quantum Break, it's from the same developers that have made all of those high quality games. They're making this pretty much what you would consider their like FPS, like Madhouse game, and visually speaking, it looks just as crazy as the multiplayer does. Obviously, to like a higher degree because they could throw some extra bells and whistles in there. Yep. And it's going to be on Series X and Xbox One. The multiplayer is going to be free, but you will have to pay for the single player. Yep. But I mean, honestly, for something that's Remedy based, I'm excited because they did say it's going to be very mysterious based, but also like very first-person shooter, of course. And there is some gameplay out there. See if I can find it and throw it in the link for you guys to check out. It's very interesting. And I'm excited. I mean, it's coming out at the end of the year.
I'm very excited. So
that's going to be a game.
I'm very, very excited about it, too. Because Crossfire overall, if you guys got to play the beta for it and everything, you guys understand that Crossfire was a really different but really good game overall. Now that they're adding the campaign into it, I feel like it's going to be great.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like... High quality on both ends. Yeah, you get the free multiplayer experience for free. If you want to pay for the single player experience and get a little bit of that extra, that
extra creme de la creme.
Yeah, a little bit of salt in there.
But one of the big announcements, I know a lot of people are very, very excited about this because we haven't really heard about it too much. But we are finally getting Psychonauts 2 out there. Finally announced. We didn't get too much about it, but we know it's coming. Psychonauts it has been probably one of the biggest games from the developer that has brought a lot of people into the franchise. And now that we're getting part 2, it's well overdue. Let's say let's say that. It's one
of those games that company, they make other games, but whenever they're like, oh sweet, this looks amazing and I'm so excited, but where's Psychonauts 2 at?
Yeah,
and it wasn't even announced at the time, and now they announced it. They also showed that Jampack's gonna be making some music for the game, so I'm excited.
The music of it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm very excited about that. Jampacked.
Very happy.
Yeah, that's gonna be so good.
I mean, the last time we saw them together, I think it was them together. They did Brutal Legend, which was years ago.
Holy crap, that's been 360, right?
Yeah, 360 days.
life.
Some time ago.
Holy crap, yeah, it's been a while.
But I mean, that trailer, I mean, of course, all of these trailers are going to be listed in the video and the description as well. It's like psychedelics to like the 10th degree.
Yes.
It's literally just color after color after color after color after color.
You have to be very worried. Don't be prone to seizures or anything like that, because oh my goodness, it's a little crazy.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
might
fun.
see the rainbows.
But it's really fun. Yeah, exactly. But it's really fun. One of let's get into the big one that everybody was waiting on, that everybody was hoping to get.
So before you say it, can I say something
All
real
right,
quick?
go
before you say
ahead,
it?
go
So,
ahead.
but before we get into this particular game, this is a title that I myself have played a bit, but I've never delved too much into it. But my girlfriend's a huge fan, and my friend Kenny is a massive fan of as well. They've played this game for many hours on end, and this is the first time we're seeing it on it wasn't even on the Xbox One, if I'm not mistaken. It got canceled previously.
Yeah, it was.
And it's being taken up by the guys that make Forza.
Mm-hmm. Yep, which we know, like we talked about, Forza, they're doing great things, and now this company is picking up this game. I myself have played all of them, and I have put many hours into it. So there's a lot of about part 1, part 2, and part 3. There's a lot of things that happen that a lot of people said that part 3 maybe wasn't as good. A lot of people say part 3 was the best one. So there's a lot of mixed reviews and everything out there. But if you guys know what we're talking about, it is Fable. So we finally got the Fable announcement by the company that is making Forza Motorsports. Understand this. Understand that Forza, like we talked about a little bit ago, is the biggest racing game out there. Not only because of the looks of it, but because of mechanics and what they can do with it. Now think about this company making now Fable. One of the biggest games that everybody's been waiting on, probably for years, because on Xbox 360 was the last one that we got. We never got it on the Xbox One, and we've been waiting many years
Over
now.
a decade.
Yeah, many years on Fable. We finally got an announcement. We didn't get any gameplay, obviously, but the announcement was enough. Now
Yes.
we know that they're working on it.
Yeah.
We know that they're working on the next Fable. So if you've never played Fable, I always describe it as a fairy tale RPG type deal that you get to make a life in the game, but you also get to go on adventures and make your character evolve and all that stuff. But you get to make a life also. You can move into a town, buy a house, have a wife, have kids, all these crazy things.
Get diseases.
It's so much happening in the game, but it's just so fun. It's so good that it just gets you involved for many hours, and that's the good thing about Fable. Also, Fable 3 was multiplayer, so you get to play with somebody, which was
cool.
really fun. Is the next one gonna be multiplayer? We'll see whenever they come out with that.
So the way that I like reading like theories and like a bunch and just like general talk about games, stuff like that. Obviously, like after announcements happen, and they were saying that the way that they were phrasing, I guess, some of the words in the trailers, it sounds like it might be just like that, like an experience that you build on, where you make your own character, of course, and then you kind of take them into this world with other players. Which, so I mean, Playground's been with Xbox for this is going to be 3 console cycles, so you could say they've been with them for two decades at this point. They've been making nothing but Forza. This might be a what's the word for it? This might be a Killzone to Horizon Zero Dawn type of situation, where this company made this previous game, they moved to this other game, and it's like
incredible.
Y'all were making Forza all this time. You could have made this.
You could have made something else that looks like this.
Yeah, like it may be that, and I'm hoping that this is just kind of like a lot of the games that we've been seeing trailers for the past few months, where it comes out and it's not just like, oh, Fable, Fable fans are gonna play. Everyone wants to play this game.
No, exactly. We already know that Fable has a fan base. It's not about the fan base. It's about bringing in the new people. So, and I feel Playgrounds, it's that company to do it, because, like Nick said, I mean, they have the potential. They have the potential to do something like that, because they've made Forza for this long, and we know Forza, since it came out, it's been the racing game the best racing game out there overall. So for them to jump into now from racing to like an RPG, action RPG, open world type deal, how is that gonna be? How are they gonna take that? How long are they gonna take making the game?
Take your time.
Exactly.
Take your time.
Don't
Literally
rush
do
the
everything.
game. Don't rush the game because I live by this. I much rather have a complete game than something that comes out early and it's all buggy and messed up. So I live by that.
Make it I wouldn't. So I say take this with a grain of salt. Don't do exactly what they did with Cyberpunk. Don't take a decade.
Yeah.
I mean, you can if you want, but I'll be in my 30s around that time.
Exactly. I mean, you'll still be playing anyway.
Yeah, I'll still be playing. It is what it is. I'll be playing on the Switch 4 or something like that. But like, really invest to make the game as like thorough and just have a bunch of mechanics that I don't know that I need, but I see it. I'm like, this is what I want.
It's like, holy crap, I need that.
Just literally flesh out the game, and once the game's fleshed out, it gives us all a reason to like want to hop into this game.
I agree.
Do something different.
There's a lot of things that can happen and everything with Fable. Fable, we all know. Everybody that has played Fable, that there's so much that they can do with Fable overall. Yeah. And now going to a new console with a new developer, Fable definitely will have. It's one to look out for. Let's leave it at that.
I'm excited.
It's one to look out for.
Oh, can I mention one more to look out for real quick? Yeah. I completely forgot about this. It was something I thought I saw it, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, man, that's gonna be amazing. And then the event started. They have this game coming out next year for the Series X, I guess. It's called Echo Machina, I believe, where it's basically gonna be like a multiplayer type of experience. But it's free to play, and it's gonna have the same type of feel of Crossfire, but in the future. Yep. So it kind of has a mix of, let's say, like your super powered suits, but Power Rangers in the future.
See, I didn't actually see that. I must have missed it on the pre-show, but I will look into it. I probably will post a link in the description for it and everything because it sounds cool. I mean, wouldn't you want a multiplayer shooter that you are in a mech suit or a Power Ranger suit or something like that?
You could do. So here's another thing too. It's completely crazy to me, and I feel like I'm hoping this is as ludicrous as it sounds. I mentioned it's free to play, right?
Yeah. It's free to play.
You can fight other people in the map, but also have those type of Zords fighting next to you. So like, let's say me and you and a couple other people are shooting next to each other. We're jumping around and stuff.
Then above us,
they're over there like clashing and stuff.
Damn, that's crazy.
I'm excited. I'm hoping it's as ambitious as the trailer looks and as gorgeous as the trailer looks.
Hopefully. We'll see. We know that trailers can be one thing, but games can be another one.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. We'll post a link in the description so you guys can see what Nick is all excited about. So we'll see about that.
Beyond pumped.
But let's actually talk about the MVP of the Xbox Showcase, which in my opinion was the Xbox Game Pass. And wow, the content that Xbox Game Pass is actually giving you and everything that is doing for the players and everything now, it is like I think I mentioned it a little bit before that, like I said, Sony is doing something with their subscription and everything, but there's nothing like Xbox Game Pass.
There's nothing that even comes like remotely close to Game Pass in my opinion. Like every day they add something new. They're adding quality games, either little studio games or like AAA titles that you can play for, let's say you never had Game Pass, for like $1 for a month. Or if you really get lucky, you catch it for like three months for $1.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. I mean, if you think about it like that, how many games can you really play in 3 months? Quite a lot. If you just, burning through games. So I really do feel like Game Pass has so much to it, and they're adding more value by giving you xCloud included and just a bunch of other things that are on it. All of the Halo games, all of the Gears of War games, a lot of games that people haven't really been able to touch or play as of lately, just because they're either full price. You can just get them on Game Pass for the the fee that's included.
I mean, but just thinking about everything that it includes, and not only that, but let's talk about like the big thing, which is all the new games that they showed on the showcase. Are gonna be included on Game Pass. Like, what the hell? Like, holy crap!
Kind of like they seasoned that in. I feel like they're like, look at all these games. By the way, all of the games you've seen today are gonna be on Game Pass.
So if you don't have Game Pass on Xbox, what are you doing?
Yeah, you might as well get it.
But like, what are you doing? If you don't have the Xbox Game Pass after that showcase, you might as well just get it now because you're gonna get Halo. You're gonna get all the other games that they showed that we talked about also, which is
the Medium and all those other games.
Think about like Halo, one of the biggest games and everything. They're just giving it to you as long as you have Game Pass. That's just nuts.
That's crazy.
You know? It's just ridiculous.
I don't think Game Pass existed on the last Halo launch, did it?
No, it did not.
Yeah, so this is a big one. This is actually gonna be huge. I'm like really excited that they're like being able to do something on this magnitude. My only concern, and this happened with the last Game Pass game that was like a really big launch, was the service actually like dropping for a day or two because you're like all the people trying to download the game. I know that happened with Gears 5 when Gears 5 launched. I was like, oh, I'm gonna download it, pre-download and try to play it, and the servers were bonked. Yeah. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
I'm hoping that they have more support with it now, because of course they're expecting so many players and everything, not only to sign up for it, but to download all these amazing games and everything now, which is great. So we'll see what happens. But
they have their Azure service too.
Yeah.
So who knows?
That is true. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens when it happens, of course. So like we just said, if you don't have Game Pass, just get it.
You might as well.
It's just now it's the time to get it with all the games coming out and whatnot. Xbox Game Pass is great. Yeah. And if you haven't, like Nick mentioned a little bit ago, was xCloud is also included. And if you're not familiar with xCloud, it's the mobile service with Xbox also, where you can play on the go, play your games and all that stuff. It saves all your file and you can take it on the go. As it stands now, I have not seen it for Apple devices or the Apple service. I've only seen it for Android.
Yeah.
But
I've only used it on my Note 9 so far.
Yeah, here's to hoping, because I have Apple, so I want it myself. I also have an Android phone, so if I need to switch, I will do the switch, because trust me, I definitely want to play Destiny on the go when they drop that.
That's what I was going to say. Destiny 2, I'm always going to be sick. I just bought a wireless remote, so I'm going to be able to use that, hopefully. Let's see.
It's going to be so freaking amazing. So, but we'll talk a little bit more when the ground is laid down and everything for that, and see how it works when we try a little bit more about it. But we'll see. But that concludes our super jam-packed episode. We appreciate all the support that you guys have given us. We apologize again for not having an episode the previous week, but we promise that we're just going to continue putting out content. Follow us on social media, because on our social media we're also going to be posting a lot of the content there. A few surprises that we have also is that we have merchandise, as you can see if you saw already on the shirts that we're wearing right now. So we're going to post the link for that also down below. But we also have a website. So on our website, I'm going to post the link for that too. We have the link to our merchandise. We have reviews that we are doing on games that we finished already. And we have a lot of different content that we're now. It's also tied into our Instagram. So follow us on that. Go check out the website, and you can see a little bit of everything that we're going to be doing. We're going to, like I said, we're going to continue with the content. So we're going to continue updating not only the channel, but the website and our social media, so that way you guys can stay up to date with everything that's going on out in the world of gaming. And just remember to keep following us on our weekly episodes, so that way you can see what's going on. But yeah, anything else you want to add?
So on that note, pretty much reiterating everything he just said. Definitely check the social media stuff like that, Twitter and stuff. Depending on what's going to go on during the week, we're going to have some thoughts there. The website's going to be very helpful because of the fact that we are going to be posting some reviews for us. Since there are more games coming out that we're starting to play once again, we're going to post some of our individual opinions with some thoughts, screenshots, whatever it may be on the website. And I recently just got some stuff for the Switch. We'll post some stuff on that just to give you guys some insight. If you're looking for some Switch accessories that are super cheap and working well so far, give you guys some insight on that. But check the description for all of the videos. All of the trailers are going to be in 4K or anything like that. You watch them on your phone, computers, your TVs, whatever it may be. All the link articles are going to be down there below and everything as well. But until then, we'll see you guys next time, and pass the joystick.
See you later, guys.